So this happened a couple days ago, a head-on collision between a Tesla Model 3 and a Nio ET5T here in China. Head-on, front of the car with the front of the car. And they were all going towards each other. Now, before we look at the damages and assess the damages and view the clips, I want to say this is all for educational purposes, okay? So let's roll the clip. Take a look. So you see the ET5T, and this is the dash cam of the ET5T you're seeing, driving normally on the road, and then a tricycle pops out of nowhere, and the Model 3 tries to dodge it, tries to evade it, and the Model 3 is clearly also speeding and could not fully evade it and collided with the ET5T, and that's the accident that happened. Now, I just want to say those tricycles are quite annoying. Yeah, they just pop out on the middle of the street, sort of like the delivery workers here also. Sometimes they just pop out of nowhere. And from the accident, you can clearly tell it's the Tesla's fault, all right? They should not have been speeding. And also, to some extent, the tricycle was also at fault. They should not have peeped over. But regardless of whose fault it was, you know, let's take another look from the side camera. This is what it looks from the side camera from a Nio. And by the way, on Nio's second-gen cars, you can record dash cam video from all cameras like Tesla's can do. So that is what it looks like. Bam. Quite a severe accident. And then we can tell that all the airbags deployed in a Nio. And this is the aftermath of the accident. Right immediately after the accident, you know, Nio detected that there was an accident. They got a phone call. He got a phone call. The driver was okay. And what was really interesting was it seems like the Tesla's airbag did not actually deploy. Why did it actually not deploy? Can't really tell. And if you look at this clip, it shows that, you know, the aftermath, Tesla's wheel, front left wheel came off, whereas Nio's front left wheel was still attached and, you know, still on the car. And you can see there's the Tesla's brake pad, and the tire, even the tire came off the wheel. That's how crazy this collision was. Does it have anything to say about the quality of the car? Maybe, maybe not. A lot of people here in China are saying, well, look, you know, this is why Nios have 2 times more torsional rigidity compared to a Model 3 on the ET5. So, you know, that does come in handy when you got these kind of accidents. And Nios do have 5-star NCAP safety rating. So I'm not saying anything against the quality of a Model 3, but clearly you can tell that the Model 3 suffered more severe damages compared to the Nio ET5T. And for some reason, the airbags did not deploy. Weird. And of course, I recommend everybody to go and try out a Nio. Nios have fantastic build quality. My Nio, 3 years, nothing really wrong with it. No problems whatsoever, and it seems like I can drive this for 10 more years. And of course, you don't have the pesky battery degradation problem that all EVs suffer, except for EVs that can do battery swap, like Nios. So you see those horror stories where Canadian Ioniq 5 owners have to replace the battery, and it costs like 60 grand to replace the battery, where it only costs like 50 grand to buy a new Ioniq 5. So it costs more to replace the battery than the car, which is absolute nuts. And even here in China, there are some cars, some EVs, where it costs more to replace the battery than to outright purchase the car, which is absolutely nuts as well. So that's why I tell every one of you guys, even if you're not even considering buying a Nio right now, go install the Nio app, use my invite code LEGPC7, get your daily login bonus rewards, because I tell you, here in China, they've already removed that. So you can't get bonus login rewards here in China anymore. No login free Nio points. But in the EU, on the EU Nio app, you can still get it. So definitely go install it and get those Nio points while you still can, all right? And then maybe test drive the car, go to the Nio house, and with those Nio points, you can, you know, buy a Nio jacket, like my Nio jacket over here. This is a Nio EP9 jacket. Very cool jacket. I've had this for like 3 years. It's just such a fantastic jacket with magnets and everything. You can buy these in the Nio store and claim them essentially using Nio points. Basically, you can get a Nio jacket for free if you have enough Nio points. You see, I understand a lot of people might be hesitant about buying a Chinese-made EV. And in the past, there was always that stereotype that made in China was bad, and that made in China equals low quality. There's also the viral word tofu drag, especially with a lot of like housing here in China. Tofu drag houses, where it just basically collapse after like you hammer a wall or something, and it's like tofu essentially. But you can clearly tell in this case that Nio is the exception out of all the Chinese companies and Chinese stuff out there, that they actually do have exceptional quality. All right, and if you talk to most Nio owners, they would mostly agree with this. And there were also multiple instances where Nio's build quality, all right, good quality of materials used in the car, really helped save a lot of lives. For example, back last summer, there was a Nio ES6 that got rammed in between two trucks. And usually when that happens with other cars, it gets squashed into a crispy little biscuit. And of course, the people inside the car usually have a very slim chance of survival. But in the case of a Nio, because the rigidity and the strength of the car is very up there, or exceptional, they were able to essentially push the truck in front lift the truck up through the A-pillars. That's just crazy. That's just nuts. Right? Instead of the car being squashed, the truck in front got lifted, and that just shows how exceptionally strong the A-pillars are. And we've heard many stories here in China of other auto brands. I'm not gonna say which ones. You probably all know which ones, where they get swiped by a tree branch and the A pillar gone, B pillar just still intact, but sort of also severely damaged. The two occupants inside the car, a kid in the passenger seat and another kid behind, the kid in the front gone, and then the kid in the back severely injured. It's just nuts. I mean, it's just nuts. There's so many stories of these, and it just shows that, indeed, yes, some cars are tofu drag cars, but Nios is just not it. Nios is like the tank, all right, the tank of automobiles. It's just they're built like a tank. And yes, I understand in Europe you might be paying a little bit extra for a Nio compared to a Model 3, but you are absolutely getting your money's worth over there. I guarantee you that, in terms of safety, in terms of build quality, in terms of materials, in terms of luxuriousness, in terms of long-term ease of use, battery degradation, service, etc. One might argue that Nios are hands down the best EVs on the market. They might not be the best selling EVs on the market, whether it be because of price and availability, but they are definitely one of the best quality EVs in the market. All their cars have pretty much 5-star safety ratings, and in terms of malfunctions and problems with the car, Nios have the least amount of malfunctions and problems out of all the competitors out there. So that is why I say, in the long term, right now everybody knows about Tesla. Not everybody knows about Nio and how good Nio is, but eventually, when everybody knows about that, and when everybody knows about battery swap, that is when Nio's time will shine. That is when everybody will be buying a Nio. This Nio owner, he was very glad that his car, even though both cars got totaled in this accident, he was very glad that he bought a Nio, and he's going to buy another Nio. Kudos to him. So what are you waiting for? You should also go buy a Nio. All right? As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.